2 years ago, he graduated from NYU Business School with a 3.9 GPA. This isn't the young man that I saw walk across the stage when he graduated. He's changed.
He wasn't happy then.
We got another doozy for y'all. This dude, it's an oldie but goodie. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this, but mom says son claims he's a cyborg. He uses robotic movements and speech. What are your thoughts on this? Before you even watch the video, you hear this title.
I mean, he better have some metal in his head, right? Like, where?
I mean,
that's what I think of.
Dude just thinks he's a cyborg, man. He said, "I am cyborg."
You got a red eye or something? You got a laser beam in his eye?
Son, I don't know, but we about to check this out.
Check this shit out.
Hey, Oren, can I turn on the light? It's a little dark in here and I can't see.
Dark in here.
Huh?
We prefer dark in here.
My son, Oren, thinks he's a cyborg from the year 2050.
Mother,
Just come down.
you are
Just come
disturbing
down.
our operations. We are receiving
Just come
programming.
down.
We are watching video. We are learning
Learning what? Learning
about
what?
the future.
Oren has robotic movements and robotic speech. It's a glitch. Like, he's a computer.
Your intensity will be matched as we try to save you and everyone that we know.
He talks in a collective, everything is we. He hasn't said I in over a year.
We are alone and no one else was chosen to do what we are doing.
We need to save the planet from sudden doom. Cyborg.
How you feel about this so far? Mental illness or just too much YouTube and too much.
I keep telling him he wrong. I can't tell dude he wrong. Not if he took it that far, bro.
All right, let's say it was your kid, and you start seeing signs of this. Like, it's.
It could be worse. It could be worse than this, bro. If this all you got to deal with as a problem, bro. I'm gonna let him rock out with this one.
Dude is a young adult, son. He's not a small child, bro. All right, look, we're gonna check this out.
Are part machine, part man, but I gave birth to Oren, and he is flesh and blood. I also made lasagna downstairs, and I wanted to know if you could, join us.
We are not hungry. Thank you.
Oren on the plane was astro traveling. Every time I turned around to check on him to make sure he was okay, he was zoned out. Astro traveling is where he travels to another dimension where he gets instructions from the higher beings. To me, it looks like he's sleeping.
There is an apocalypse in the future. We have seen it in our dreams and in our visions.
2 years ago, he graduated from NYU Business School with a 3.9 GPA. This isn't the young man that I saw walk across the stage when he graduated. He's changed.
He wasn't happy then.
Come back home.
Hey, bro, homie happy.
Of course.
So you don't think it was it sounded like it's some type of psychotic break that he had in business school. Like the workload was just too much and he just cracked.
Yo, he finished that shit and then he realized that's not what he wanted to do.
But how do you go from one to the other? He was a functioning young adult, right? He finished business school. That's not an easy task. You get what I'm saying?
At NYU.
You have to apply yourself. You can't be fucking astral projecting in the middle of a fucking.
That's why he had to get out, bro. I feel like he got out the Matrix, bro. He escaped that shit. I fuck with this.
So he's out the Matrix.
Bro, he's in his own reality. He's created his own reality, bro. He's completely happy in that shit.
He said, "I refuse your reality and insert my own."
He definitely, that's what he did, bro.
With the understanding that he would get a job. From that point on, it just spiraled.
We are still in that process of gaining full employment.
That was a year ago, honey. That was a year ago.
Things do not happen overnight.
Oren is on his computer all day.
So the thing is, you also watched this whole video, right?
He said, "What?"
So you've also seen this video before me. Like you've seen the whole video. So when you start saying stupid shit like that, then you're like, all right, bro. That job search ain't go that well. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at first I was fucking with it.
Welcome to our headquarters.
I know that he's not a cyborg, but he believes he is here to save the planet.
You say this has been going
Oh,
on.
yeah, homie capping, bro.
But when he's just around the house, just hanging around, is he always in cyborg mode?
He's always in cyborg mode.
So he never just comes in and says, "Hey, Mom."
No.
In looking back, are there things that you recognize now with the benefit of hindsight where you saw atypical thinking or unusual behaviors or identifications when he was growing up?
I never saw anything.
Did you ever notice that in times of stress or conflict that he would seem to withdraw or disassociate in some way?
He started that once he came back home after college. There was...
Yo, so it gotta be like that was a really good question. Even though I think to some degree Dr. Phil is a shaman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, I feel like that was a good question. Like, and I mean, there's things that I can look for in my kids as well too. Like, how do they respond to conflict? How do they respond to like any types of pressures? Are they like disassociating themselves, like he said? Are they like getting like hyper aggressive? You get what I'm saying? Like, just things to look out for to kind of like, I guess, redirect their energy or their, you know, like, I'll give you an example. Like, Liam was working on some math problem, whatever. And I was like, he couldn't figure it out. He kept messing up. So I was like, yo, just explain it out loud. So he was like, I don't know how to explain it. I was like, no, don't explain it to me. You just explain it to yourself out loud so I can hear your thinking. You get what I'm saying? So I can kind of guide you. Just see what your mental processes are. Like, even if it's not just math, I can like just hearing him think out loud. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can start
that makes sense. So you could be like, nah, you can act, and that's getting to the root of the problem versus just correcting the math problem. You thinking about it the wrong way. You think about it different than fuck around and hurt. And now, homie probably ain't got no dad either. So like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You turn into a man, and shit. You turn into a cyborg too. Fuck you talking about? Like, shit. He wasn't watching gangster films. He was watching, you know what I'm saying?
RoboCop.
Some other shit. Yeah, I relate to that shit.
Man, all right.
Certain expectations when he came home that I wanted him to be a part of, helping me around the house and taking out the garbage and helping me, you know, clean up and helping me with groceries. And he would just tell me that he's working, he's busy, and that
he didn't want to do that shit no more. He had to disassociate. It's her fault.
Sometimes would ask me to leave his room.
But he would isolate.
Yes, he would be in his room from early in the morning.
Get him to do groceries and help him. All the other shit.
Morning, he would be in his room working on, you know, whatever it is that he does on his computer.
So you don't think he has a mental illness?
No, not at all.
Yo, you got to get a job or you got to get the fuck out.
Yeah, facts. It's kind of like, can you get a job, please?
Like, are you gonna get a job? Like, are you gonna get a job? No, Mom, I'm working on this.
Yeah, smack him in the back of his head. Hard reset.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, she keep asking. Yeah. Or go do that cyborg shit in your own house.
Yeah.
Like, you can go do that shit in your own house. You can't do that cyborg shit here. Not if she's not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she got a problem with it, look like she's supporting it low key.
Yeah, because it's kind of like you saying, we can't do this. I'm not eating. So it's like, okay, just eat when you're ready, or I'll put your food in the microwave for whenever you finish doing it. Like, to a certain degree, like even if you look at the YouTube algorithm, right? And you look at just how the search engine is and what they recommend. Like, he's older and he's kind of like far down that path already, but even like equating him to like a smaller child, like YouTube can actually guide your thinking. Like, if the only place you get your information, you don't know how to search information, you don't know how to access quality information, then YouTube can basically like bring you down a rabbit. We all get caught in these rabbit holes, you know what I'm saying? When we're looking at YouTube and we're doing all of these things. So like it's just not monitoring what he's watching. You get what I'm saying? She probably don't know what's going on. All she's hearing is the back end of after he processed all this information. You gotta disrupt that matrix he's in. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just the internet is just feeding into it. So you have to like, like
So,
okay.
and not to cut you off, bro. Were you done? Pretty much.
Yeah, you good.
Now he can monetize this shit. If he can figure out a way to monetize this shit and turn it and use his business education to monetize him being a cyborg, which which is even more possible now that he's been on Dr. Phil. You know what I'm saying? Like you can make your own little cult type situation going on, or at least people, or at least it's interesting enough for people to tune in to him. You see what I'm saying?
I don't. That's a slippery slope.
No,
Now you feed
no, no,
into
no.
the loop.
It don't matter. That part don't matter, bro. The dude that thought he was the Joker, it don't matter if you agree with it or not. If enough people just interested in seeing what the fuck that life about, you can monetize that shit. And that was my original thought behind it. Where I thought it was potentially gonna go into until he started saying that he was looking for a job still. It's like you just tweaking now.
I don't think that he should monetize this because
Why, bro? But listen, bro. You're saying from your perspective you don't think that because you possibly could not do that. That's not nothing that you would do. But he's already doing it, bro. Like
but the goal isn't to keep him there.
I'm saying if that's where you want to be and you can turn it into a business, nothing is wrong with that, bro. Like if you, I mean, somebody had to turn garbage collected into a business. You know what I'm saying? Like,
all right. So here's my question. Here's my question. Let's say you had a little brother, right? And dude was a schizophrenic, right? So like he had a bunch of other people he was talking to, right? Now he could either, so would you allow him? So with the same logic, so you're saying it would be more beneficial than to put him on medication and get him some help. But what if he had like really interesting conversations with these other people in his head and he wanted to do a podcast? Would you not make him take medication or do a podcast?
So depending if he's functional, right? Because just because you can have multiple conversations with yourself don't mean that you're not functional.
No, he's functional, but he's a certified schizophrenic.
If he's functional, like meaning like you're not gonna harm yourself and you're not gonna harm other people and you can take care of yourself, you know what I'm saying, as a, you know what I'm saying, shall we, like normal functional stuff, monetize that shit, bro. Like motherfuckers be monetizing, bro. You ain't never seen one of them.
Different, man.
Bro, listen, no, because listen, you was laughing at you was laughing at one of these, right? You was laughing at that midget. You remember that swole midget dude that was like, he was swole as hell and he monetized being swole as hell. He was a midget and he had all them other, like he's probably like a gang member or something, but he was like a midget and he was swole as hell. Did he not have monetized it? All right, so you didn't see him. If I show
but it's just his size though. We're talking about
he monetized. It don't matter, bro. It could be anything because dude, I just seen something on Instagram the other day. He hopped on a leg machine and his legs didn't work. He didn't have legs, bro, but he hopped on a leg machine and he was like, damn, he had to hop off the leg machine because
that's funny though. Like that's like it's sarcasm,
bro. But it's funny. It's funny. All I'm saying is, bro, like so you can't pick and choose what works for him, bro, because it works for him.
You can pick and choose what to monetize. Like yo, don't get me. All right, so let's like he can do it. He can do. All right, so example, look at Orlando Bloom. That's his name.
Yeah.
Would it have been better if he took a different path? That's a perfect example. That's a perfect example.
Did Orlando Bloom not go off in every rap song that he dropped, bro?
Yo,
them shit. He went off though.
Exactly. What I'm saying is that like, yo, yes, of course you can find a way to monetize anything if you have the skill to do it.
So all right, let me.
Go ahead.
Before you do that, let me just ask you this.
Okay.
If in the case that he did monetize it and he was being successful at it, but he was like he didn't change his program. What if he stayed that way completely? He was fully functional. He was successful. Because success, I mean, if that's the success that he wants, bro. Now my problem is if you're just sitting in your room and you're literally not doing anything with it, right? Then you have to do something better than what you're doing. But if you have a goal for what you're trying to do, bro, You know, cause so I'm gonna use you as an example, bro. You make good music and you're not trying to monetize that.
Okay.
Now I can't say that you have mental problems because you're not monetizing something. That's what you're doing, right? If you want to try to monetize it, you
Yo,
possibly
that
could.
that is a skill though. This dude, like, all right, so use your example. Dude,
What about tell
it's
me you you remember the Joker dude, right? You remember him though. You know
mm-mm,
you remember the Joker dude. You don't know the Joker dude I'm talking about?
mm-mm.
I'm trying to think of somebody. These people that turn their face into reptiles. You've seen those before, right?
Yeah.
Now, I don't agree with that, right? You probably don't either. Maybe you do. You haven't done it to yourself, so I'm assuming that you don't. Um, but if these people are happy and they monetize, I mean, hopefully they monetize it because you ain't gonna be able to get no regular job looking like that, right? You can't say it. And what if they do suffer from mental health? What they probably do to do some shit like that to yourself, right?
Okay.
If they monetize it, can you tell them that they wrong?
I
If they
can't tell
look
them.
at
I can't tell them they're wrong for monetizing it, but at the same time, like this dude is, and I'm not an expert, so I don't want to come
you
off like
saying that he's
I'm an
sick, bro.
expert. I think right that he's disconnected from reality, and I feel like going along this line. Yo,
He an
dude
adult
said,
though, bro.
yo, bro, dude said he's getting information from people in another plane to save the Earth from an apocalypse, bro.
I don't give a fuck. So, all right. So, So, you think he should drop the shit, get help if he need it, and just be a regular ass person?
I think that
Like, what do you
yes, he
want
should.
him to do?
I think he should go get help because so now look. Dude is in this reality, right? His brain is in this reality. So it's not just. I think it's not just that. There has to be like other coinciding ideologies that he has along with that to enable him to continue to believe that. Dude is disconnected from reality. For him to believe that, he has to already believe a bunch of other shit to get to this point. You
You gonna
taking your
judge him on
son?
his beliefs?
All
Like,
right, all
that's
right.
his
Let's say,
beliefs, bro.
all right. So let's say this. Let's say this. He does that. He monetizes it, right? Now, let's
Yeah.
say you have like a family gathering or something like that, like at your job or whatever. You gonna have your son come down, and like, are you gonna if he disconnected from reality? Are you gonna have him trying to function in reality or function in his bedroom, where his reality exists?
Bro, once you jump off
Mm.
the deep end, you don't have to accept normal reality no more, bro. That's like all right. So say if Kanye West was your cousin, right? And you invited him to your work business place. He don't have to fit in, bro. It like he don't have to fucking first. He don't have to come, and second, he don't have to like. There's no way Kanye West can walk into a room and just be a normal whatever a normal person is, bro. Now, that's not meaning that he can't socialize with people, but you can't be like, no, you have to act a certain way. Look, man, this my son, and that's what it is.
Who you think is further off the deep end, Kanye or him?
I think Kanye got a legitimate reason to be off the deep end. There's no telling what his reality is. Like this dude, it seemed like,
Oh, that's
I
an
mean,
interesting point.
you know what I'm saying? Like Kanye West got at least legitimate reason. Once you get to that level of certain things, like, ain't no telling. But this dude, ain't no telling what happened to him either. Like, I mean, I'd be interested to figure out also like what the fuck happened to him. And that's
So
what I'm
yeah,
saying. Like,
all right. So this uh, that's what I think the nexus is. I think that it's important to not just let him go deeper and deeper into this rabbit hole, whether he monetizes it
okay,
or not.
I see where you're coming from. Depend, and I think that got a lot to do with the reasons that he's there,
Yeah, so we need
right?
to like.
Which we don't know.
Hmm.
We don't know. So now, like it would take us diving into his reality
Hmm.
to see if we can understand what the fuck like. If you got a reason for what your perspective is, that's your reason, and you can't do nothing but respect it. Like, no matter if you don't understand it, you ain't got to get it. But
Yeah.
as long as it can, like, I guess you can articulate what the fuck is your problem,
Hmm.
and be like, yo, this is who I am. This is what I want to do, and you can fuck with it or not. And not have enough people tuning in, which is monetizing it. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Did 6ix9ine really think he was the biggest gangster?
Yes. He thought he was.
Did it matter what we thought?
Touche.
I'm making something. Would you like something to
No.
eat? Okay.
We have water.
My mom and my brother are like constantly arguing because all he does is spend time in his room. When Orrin first told me he was a cyborg, I thought he was joking. I think that something is wrong with him. I feel like Orrin has a valid message, but the way he goes about it is kind of off. I think something maybe happened in college that could have triggered the reason why he believes he's a cyborg. He was always pretty quirky, but I feel like it's been taken to the extreme with the robotic stuff. He used to be fun and energetic because we would always go out to the beach, and now there's no time for that, I guess. Orrin has told me that he went to the future in 2050 and he's seen everything. Orrin said
he might have took some drugs in college, and that shit fucked up his brain.
It's possible, bro. But
like some lace shit.
At the same time, he probably just, bro, like if he sees shit different, he sees shit different, bro. But like it would take like real investigating on, because we making assumptions. So like you, because you could be right. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be right. He could have like really took up some shit and really fucked this shit up. And if so, that's fucked up. But honestly, bro, this dude just seemed like he just had it with reality. Like, bro, I was talking about going to Costa Rica. You can't tell me that I'm crazy because I wanted to go to Costa Rica.
Yo, bro, the difference that's a big difference. You want to go to Costa Rica, it's just like you trying to move anywhere else in your past. You are trying to set up the best situation for yourself. You get what I'm saying? And you're looking. There comes with some type of evaluation. Like you didn't randomly pick Costa Rica. You get what I'm saying? Like there had to be something pulling you there. You get what I'm saying? There's not what's pulling this nigga into the other plane.
I mean, like I can't answer that. I have no idea.
Yo, cause it's like it's real. It's very very like odd that he's a college graduate. Nigga, I'm a functioning person in this reality, and I still haven't finished college yet, nigga. I'm working on it, but it's
just because you finish college doesn't mean much, bro.
College means a lot when it comes to task identification, being able to complete objectives.
Okay. It's not the full picture though. Like it's people that can finish school and are still idiots. It's people that don't finish school and are geniuses still.
Right. So I agree with it. I agree with what you're saying. What I'm saying is that the level, but all of those people that have graduated still have a level of competence. You get what I'm saying?
Most definitely. It's
like a baseline.
Some level of education.
All of them have a baseline. You get what I'm saying? And then the higher the more prestigious the school, quote unquote, that's what they want us to believe, it's a higher baseline, right? But the fact that you were able to consistently do this and knock it out, and then when you come back, it's like something different. It's like it's weird, bro.
I mean, that's a valid point that you're making. I feel that, but at the same time, at this point, it would take more investigation on him. Which maybe this clip will show more.
Let's see what's up.
He has seen the end of the world and that technology has taken over. I usually walk away when he says stuff.
Well, he was wrong.
Because it usually upsets me and frustrates me sometimes. I'm surprised.
Maybe he meant 3015. He didn't.
Why don't you get
pause it real quick?
These water bottles in the bag, take them outside for the recycling.
So, one thing that I did hear that was goofy is that he only projected to 2015. Like, bro, if you're gonna project into some reality, some crazy shit like that, I need you to go to 3000.
Or at least till a year that you know you're not gonna live past.
Yeah, like 2015 was 10 years ago, damn near. Like,
it's crazy.
Like, completely wrong.
Remember, I had a dude that estimated the end of the world in like 2020. He was like, "Yo, the Bible says this," and then when 2020 came, he was like, "Oh, no, I miscalculated. I forgot to take in account this verse right here. The real number is this time." Like, shit is funny. Well, I'm gonna play it
tomorrow.
Why don't you do that now?
We're busy.
You're not busy. If you want to save the world, you should recycle.
I feel like I expected him.
Yo, so you see, she's like asking him to take it out. She's not telling him to do anything.
No, he can boss her around like that's what I'm saying, bro. And then him not having a father, like you didn't have that masculine frame to like walk into, assuming that he didn't have a father, right?
Uh-huh.
Because that'll give you a standard in itself. Like, bro, if his standard is a robot, that's the end of the stick. He attacked himself to.
Uh-huh.
Him to get a job since he went to the college.
Yeah, bro. I'm
Want to
wrapping
become a
up.
rapper, much less a cyborg. I feel like my brother might be at his tipping point because I've never seen it get this bad. He doesn't eat, he doesn't interact with anyone anymore, and it's starting to worry me. I feel disconnected from Oren. I want to be closer like how we were before. I miss my brother Oren, and I want him back.
You say you miss your brother. What do you miss?
We would laugh a lot. We would hang out with my other sister, and I just feel like it's been such a long time since I've had that, and like I don't really feel cherished. You know, to be like to have a sister.
He doesn't cherish his family.
Yeah.
It's like we're not important to him.
Do you miss your sister? Do you miss spending time with her?
We live in the same house.
Now answer my question.
We were all flown out to Los Angeles together. We went to the Santa Monica Pier yesterday. That can be rekindled.
But that was the first time in months where we've actually spent time together.
Usually,
Did you
don't
enjoy
come
the
out.
time you spent with her?
It was pleasant, yes.
Do you think that your mother enables him?
She is a really nice person, and so I feel like she's really patient. But I wouldn't call her an enabler because I've seen her like try to kick him out, and like I feel like it's also my responsibility that he's still not doing what he needs to do because I made her feel like for like wanting to kick him out. So
She said, try to kick him out. She didn't kick. Yo, you pull that Wi-Fi away from him, then what? He
Yeah,
has
man,
no
you need-
access to any of that.
Just go do bro. If you believe in that shit, you're gonna have to go get your own crib and just go do that shit.
Yo, this dude Nems, he was like, he said it on this other podcast, My Expert Opinion. He said, yo, you know what's crazy? Do you notice that in this age, you don't hear anything about kids running away from their crib? Because they run away, they ain't got no Wi-Fi, they ain't got no internet.
I feel like we're all guilty. Like
But she tells him to get a job, but she doesn't enforce it. She pays for everything, rent, food. I mean, you pick up all the bills, right?
Yes.
You support him because you've never been close and there's been difficulties in the relationship.
Yes.
So you're kind of parenting out of guilt and fear.
That is true.
Why were you strained in the past?
I was married to his father, and then that relationship ended, and I remarried with Samantha's dad, and Oren had a very difficult time with that transition. He went to live with his
Hey,
grandparents.
that's getting some key
And it was
information right
difficult
there.
for me because I wanted him home, but he just couldn't deal with the new family and new husband and so forth. So when he said that he needed to come back home to regroup and to get himself together, I welcomed him with open arms.
When the mom remarried, he moved to his grandparents' house, right? So his grandparents probably wasn't having that. So his grandparents probably told him, like, yo, you gonna do this shit? You gotta go back with your moms. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't about to, grandparents don't play, man.
Man, damn, it ain't no telling. We gotta find some social media. Let's dig into this further, man. Let's see if the robot, if the half human, half robot is still going. Because, like, if it's not still going, he may explain what the fuck was going on. But if it is still going, he may have 25K followers. He may be getting there.